Hi, Cris Mac here from the Capelli Club. I'm going to review with you today 5 key items you're going to want to go over before you hire your beauty team professionals. After 20 years in makeup and 15 of those years being very much directed towards bridal, we hear it all. But the one kind of concern that I want to highlight today comes from brides who are hesitant towards choosing a professional team or aren't really sure what to look for a professional team and aren't really sure if it's necessary to really interview or even have trials for that professional team. So I want to just knock this right out right away while I have your attention here. I ask all my brides, what is the one thing you're going to have at the end of it all? 10 years from now, what's the one thing you're going to have? The food has been eaten, the music's over, what's the one thing you're going to have? You might want to answer this question right now, but my brides always answer the photos. They have the photos. And then my next kind of part 2 of that same question is, what photos are people going to see? What photos are out in your home? What are the top 1 or 2 photos? Well, a photo of me and the groom, our faces, or maybe a kissing photo, and then a photo of us with the entire wedding party, or maybe just the bride and the girls. Okay, you have the photo, and what's in that photo? Your dress, your hair, and your makeup. So if your dress isn't cutting it, if your hair is not great, and especially your makeup is not glowing, and you do not have that bridal glow, what else matters? Does the food really matter at this point? Do the flowers really matter at this point? They're probably about this big in the photo. So these are things that I ask my brides to consider, just the importance of the dress, the cut, the undergarments, and then of course their hair and their makeup. So now that I've got you, considering maybe having a professional team for my hair and makeup is important, because that's going to be the only thing really we're looking at after the big day's over and everything's been said and done. Yeah, that's going to be on my mantle for years to come. What should I be considering? I got to hire this team. Who are they going to be? Let's go over that together. First thing, of course, you're going to want to see a portfolio. You're going to want to look at testimonials. Now with kind of halfway into my career in bridal, this Instagram and Facebook and everything is just blown up. So portfolios are usually relatively easy to come across. Although, asterisks here, little side note, watch out for editing and lighting. You want to really truly see what you look like. You want more raw footage, raw photographs, so you can see really what the technique is. We're not interested in how good the photographer is or what editing software they're using. We want to know who they are as a hairstylist and a makeup artist. Keep that in mind. Best thing you can do is find a referral. Do you know someone who loved their hair and their makeup? Who loved the personality, the energy the team brought? If you have a referral, go with that referral. That is my number 1 tip for you today. If you don't have a referral, do your due diligence, check through those portfolios, but read the testimonials. So now you've looked through portfolios, you've read testimonials, maybe you have it down to about 3 or 4 professionals. Who do you choose? How is their business organized? How do they conduct themselves? This is something that I'm going to highlight because this is going to make or break your wedding day. If they're very talented and they're a great artist, a great stylist, what happens if they don't show up? What happens if they're late? What happens if they don't have an organized team? So the next thing you want to consider is, how organized is this business? What you're going to want to do is look for a contract. And you're not just going to look for a contract that says you owe me X amount of money. You want to look for a contract that cares about you, the bride. A contract that says, this is what's best for the bride. This is what keeps us on time. These are some things we need the wedding party to commit to. These are some things to do to prepare so the day of goes really smooth. You want more than a contract, you want an agreement. You want a business that's taken the time, that can foresee the wedding day, and has included items within that contract or that agreement that's going to make your day better. Many professionals will want to ensure that you're a true potential client, They don't want to just hand out things that they've worked very hard on to competitors who might be fishing. So keep that in mind. There might be, an email or something you have to write first to get that, but that's just good business on their part. The next thing you're going to want to consider is how financially organized are they? They might have great talent. They might have, good organizational scheduling skills, but how do they handle finances? Are they asking me for a deposit? Is what I'm paying kind of vague? Am I going to be surprised at the end? Have they broken it down? You should not be asking for your services your day of to be broken down. What you're paying for should be clearly itemized on an invoice. That goes for any business, any contractor. You should know what you're paying for. Taxes should be included, parking, any of the little incidentals. If they're a professional, if they've been doing this for a long time, they know what those items are, they're going to be on the invoice. Next thing you're going to want to consider, accountability. What if something happens? How accountable is this company that I'm hiring or this individual that I'm hiring? How much skin do they have in the game? Are they really dedicated to this? Or is this just a part-time thing for them? So some things you could consider. Do they work out of a professional location? Are they within a salon? Are they connected to that salon? If you had a problem, could you go to someone within that location? Do they have their own location? If they don't have their own location, do they have business insurance? You'll probably know and be able to identify these items because you've already gone over their financial organization. So when you see things like an HST number, you know that they're bringing in more than $30,000 a year. That's more than a hobby. So some tips, things to examine. You want to make sure that you have a responsible, professional team or individual that has some skin in the game and that serving you and making sure that your day is smooth and they've delivered their product is their top priority. The next item might be a little more difficult to figure out. Conduct and cleanliness. If they have a location, check it off. Health inspection comes through. They have to go through the kits, they check the makeup, they make sure everything is up to code. But if they don't have a location, then you're gonna have to be a little bit of a detective. Look for testimonials that are more than one sentence. See if you can figure something out there. Maybe there's photos of them on site with their makeup all over the place. Do you see things like disposable mascara wands, wrapped and protected cotton swabs, or things just out and all messy, or wipes everywhere? Even though you are on site and maybe it's hustle and bustle and you're moving really quickly, a trained makeup artist knows how to clean up while they're working. So look for those things. Are they using professional products? Do you know the lines that they're using? If you don't, check them out. But you do want a makeup artist that has, again, put some skin in the game, has invested in their craft. Someone who's invested in quality foundations and primers and setting powders. They're someone who's interested in you and wants to ensure that you have the most beautiful, flawless makeup application on your day of. Not to say that some other products, perhaps drugstore, even though drugstores are, kind of selling everything nowadays, but that typical kind of budget beauty find, there are some fantastic products out there that even myself personally, I will recommend and I will share with my brides these hidden little gems. But they are in fact hidden little gems, and they are separately put in a little bag outside of my makeup kit. But overall, the makeup kit itself is full of professional lines that have a reputation and that you can trust. With, of course, variety and different skin tones and different products. Not to say a makeup kit has to be huge, but there should be variety, especially when it comes to things for skin types or skin tones. So you're looking for a little bit of variety there. So lastly, the last thing I will mention, if you have any concerns, invest in a trial. Trials are often not included. Sometimes, yes, you do have to pay, but most professional companies who do wedding or special occasion services will somehow credit you a portion or do something for you if you do decide to continue with them and book your wedding party with them. They'll do something there for you, some sort of discount, something. But if you do a trial, book it for a bachelorette, or try to arrange it when you know you have a dinner, and even if it's not even if it turns out to be not your favorite look, and that you're not going to be hiring this team, chances are, if you've done the due diligence, you've done your research, it might not be your wedding day hair and makeup, but maybe it's a great dinner party hair and makeup. So that's all. Cris Mac again here from the Capelli Club. I hope this was informative and you are going to make the best choice for your hair and makeup, your beauty services for your special occasion. I just know it. Have a beautiful day.